everyone! Welcome to my channel! Today, we're going to read a Reddit story from a user. So let's jump into it. Have you ever been discarded by the very person you sacrificed everything for? I have. My name is Dorothy. I'm 64 years old. And 3 months ago, my only son told me to pack my things because I was a useless old woman. What he didn't realize was that I held the one card that could topple everything he thought was secure. 6 months earlier, I sold my home. A warm, 3-bedroom place filled with memories of raising Brian. Just so he and his wife Chelsea could afford their dream house. It's only temporary. Mom, Brian had promised. Once we're on our feet, we'll make sure you're comfortable. Comfortable. That's a funny word for living in a damp, converted garage, paying rent to my own son, while cooking his meals and folding Chelsea's laundry. But I didn't complain. Chelsea was pregnant, and I thought helping them was what family did. Then, one rainy Tuesday, Chelsea dropped the bomb. "I don't want a useless old woman around my baby," she said, not even looking up from her phone. "Brian, my sweet boy, I'd raised alone." He nodded. "You should find a new place to live." Mom, something in me cracked, like glass shattering. I stared at the two people whose lives I had built and realized I was nothing but an obstacle now. But I didn't argue. I just smiled, nodded, and said, "Fine. I'll be gone by the weekend." Chelsea smirked like she'd won. But she had no idea I'd been preparing for this moment for months. What Brian and Chelsea didn't know was that while I lived in their garage, I wasn't just folding laundry. I was networking. My late husband had left me with one gift: knowledge of real estate, zoning, and property codes. Together, we'd renovated houses for decades. I knew every trick, every loophole, and more importantly, every violation that could sink a property's value overnight. And their shiny new house, full of violations. The garage conversion I helped with, completely unpermitted. The electrical rewiring, a lawsuit waiting to happen. I had kept those secrets tucked away out of loyalty. But loyalty dies quickly when you're treated like trash. 3 days later, I wasn't homeless. I was in a sunlit apartment downtown, my name on the lease, my keys in my pocket, and a job lined up as a consultant for Hudson Redevelopment Group. My first assignment: evaluate properties on Maple Street. Guess what street Brian lived on? When my boss, Will Hudson, asked about 1247 Maple, I didn't need to look at the file. "Oh, yes," I said sweetly. "That one needs a lot of work." And just like that, Brian's house became a target. A week later, Will and I knocked on their door. Brian answered, eyes bloodshot. Will handed him a business card. "Hudson Redevelopment. We're offering cash for homes in this area. Fast closings." And then Brian saw me standing there, clipboard in hand, smiling politely. His mouth fell open. "Mom, what are you doing here?" "Working," I said calmly. "Shall we come in?" We sat in the very living room where Chelsea had once told me I was useless. Will laid out the offer. $450,000 cash. A profit for them if they walked away quietly. Chelsea's face went pale. "We're not selling." Will leaned back. "Then you'll need to fix the unpermitted garage conversion before city inspections begin next month. Otherwise, your property may be condemned." The silence was deafening. Brian's Adam's apple bobbed. He knew. He remembered. After Will left, Chelsea cornered me in my apartment. "You planned this." She spat. "No," I said softly. "I protected you for as long as you let me. But the moment you pushed me out, I stopped protecting you." "Brian begged," Chelsea cried. Even her parents tried to intervene, but the truth was simple. Their house was doomed the moment they forgot who had built their foundation. By the end of the month, their forever home was sold to Hudson Redevelopment. They walked away with cash, but also with the bitter knowledge that the woman they called useless had been the one keeping their world intact. As for me, I sip my morning tea in my little downtown apartment, my new job keeping me sharp, my independence intact. And when people ask me if I regret what I did, I smile and say, no. Sometimes the best revenge isn't destroying someone, it's letting them destroy themselves. Once you stop saving them. So that was the story. The best revenge isn't destroying someone, it's letting them destroy themselves. 4 more stories like this one. Stay tuned.